Yeah, please, man, to figure out. I haven't had a chance to set up anything to do with this.
The line. Chinnor in no hurry to use the ball here. But again, the Caldy defence holds firm. Chinnor's front row is looking to get over again, but the referee hasn't given a try yet. He says the ball is still short of the line, but the boys in yellow really barracking the line early on here, and the first try of the match is given. So Chinnor strike within the opening few minutes here. Straight onto the attack, the visiting side, and not quite sure who grounded the ball just yet. But again, the Chinnor carrying that run of 3 straight wins into this match, and they are on the board within 2 minutes here at Payton Field. That's a disappointing start and an early setback for Caldy, Adam.
So, because that was such a rush, I've not been able to sort my camera properly.
Caldy behind already, as we've just seen there, and as George Warboys prepares to slot the kick over, and he does so. Chinnor take an early 7-0 lead inside the first 3 minutes here. And the speed of that start from the visitors didn't quite give me the chance to run through the team. So here we go with Ramesh Rakadza, Chris Moore and Robin Hardwick making up the front row. Jamie Campbell, who we've already spoken about, and Connor Brockschmidt are in the second row, with Harry Dugmore, George Stokes and Gabe Mann making up the pack. Luke Carter, the captain, is at number 9, with George Warboys, who's just converted that early try at fly half. Kieran Goss made his 200th appearance for the club last week, as Caldy gets us back underway, and the ball is taken there by Chinnor. Now, can Caldy respond with some defensive steel? The first opportunity they get inside the opposition half, with the visitors' back line, I should say, being completed by Thomas Watson, Sam Hanks, Grant Hughes and Joe Brock at fullback. So the clearing kick there from Luke Carter, as the ball is returned at speed. So Caldy bringing the ball down. First chance possession in the opposition half, as Monty Weatherby, the big loose head prop, takes the ball forward, and it looks like a box kick will be going up now from the boot of Ollie Wynn, but the ball is instead driven back. So just losing some ground there, Caldy, as the Chinnor defence stands firm. Here does come the high kick from Wynn, and the ball does go to ground and comes back out on Chinnor's side, and the referee gives advantage, so we will be back and away, but then the play is halted. 2 knock-ons in a row there, so we will pack down for the first scrum of the match. Do you think it's already time for Caldy to try and put some sustained pressure on this Chinnor defence, Adam?
They're max on my end.
Speaking of confrontations, we have the first scrum of the match lined up here, and speaking of number 8s, JJ Dickinson making his 350th appearance for Caldy here. It's been obviously a disappointing start to this match, but that's one hell of a milestone, isn't it? Certainly is to make 350 club appearances at any level, but let alone a level where there's obviously so many part-time teams and everyone's obviously working day jobs as well as playing rugby every week. So it's a massive, massive achievement.
And it's split in 8. 1 to the.
So a big carry there off the back of the scrum there from Thomas Watson. It's punching a hole in the Caldy backline already, but it's been turned over. And is that Kieran? Kieran Goss looking to go. Ollie Wynne even going to go and score. Can he get there to the line? Is he pulled him short? But no, the referee gives a try and an instant fight back there from Caldy. The massive carry off the back of that scrum, but the ball quickly spitting out of the back of that ruck, and Ollie Wynne racing away from the defenders to potentially lock things up here. That's exactly the response these Caldy fans wanted to see.
Do you need to maybe end this call and start it? Okay.
A fantastic finish from the Caldy scrum half there, going a good 50 metres and evading the chasing defence, as there is an injured player in back play, so we will be held up just before the conversion attempt from Kieran Wilkinson. Now Wilkinson was definitely Caldy's standout player in the 22-8 defeat to Bedford last week, obviously scoring all the points including a breakaway try, so how important is he going to be as they look to turn this game around? Certainly been a fan of off the boot. He has 2,144 kick metres in Champ Rugby so far this season. That's the second highest in the table, and he's also produced 30 kicks to find grass and bounce, so he'll be looking to exploit space in behind this Chinnor defence. But as things stand, he stands over the ball with a chance to lock the scores up here early on at Payton Field. So we're 7 minutes into this match, and it could be about to be 7-all after a frantic start to this match, both in the commentary box and on the pitch. Wilkinson's kick is good, and so it is 7-all here as we just passed the 7-minute mark here at Payton Field, and that'll be how happy will Matt Kearns be with that response from his side. So Warboys will look to get the game back underway for Chinnor, and he opts for the shorter kick-off this time, and the ball is taken by the host, and so a chance for the host to avoid the early slip-up which led to that opening Chinnor try, with immediately Caldy being put under pressure.
I'm just going to mute myself and shout.
But there'll be no rush to get rid of this one, but Wilkinson will go to the boot again and look for a touch, and he finds it, so not quite over halfway, and it's so a similar position now for Chinnor to take the line out that led to the first try. So how important will it be now for Caldy to tighten up in defence and prevent a similar result to what happened earlier in the match? So Chinnor ready for the line out. Chris Moore ready to throw in, and it is a good take from Connor Brockschmidt, and so the visitors back onto the attack potentially here. Both of these sides I've mentioned big fans of the maul, but you'd imagine it's taken off the back of that potential maul there by Moore, and so here come Chinnor again through this massive carrying centre Thomas Watson. And so the ball is going wide again, but a forward pass called by the official, and so there's a response there from Caldy in defence.
Yes, the base station's by me.
And so a potential turnover scrum here. What do you reckon the pack will be wanting to do here, Adam?
I promise you, I'm not been fucking about. Yeah, it feels like, so when I was messing with it earlier...
Yeah, so the chance here for Caldy to potentially exit their own half here, but the referee is just calling a halt here as a try scorer. Ollie Wynne prepares to feed the scrum.
Hopefully that'll fix it. I am trying to act as a 1.5, but these rain comes so tight, so it's hard to get underneath to do so.
So potential early shove there, but the ball comes out, so the ball is never fed, and so it will instead be a free kick to the home side. So a bit partial disappointment there with the forwards being unable to lay the ball down, but there's attempt there from Kieran Goss to keep the ball in field, but just unable to do so. So we will move further up the pitch. So a bit of a disappointment for the forwards not being able to lay a platform at scrum time there, but Caldy will be happy with the field position. But it will be another line out to the visitors. So here come just right on the halfway line, and so it's taken again by Jamie Campbell, and out the back again to Gabe Mann. It's a big carry from the number 8, and out the back again. The Caldy defence standing firm and preventing the gain line carries there, but here comes Ramesh Rakadza, a try scorer last week in Chinnor's win over London Scottish. As the ball comes left in, Warboy shipping it wide now. On to Sam Hanks. Takes the ball into contact just on the edge of the 22-metre line. Chinnor building nicely here as Brockschmidt takes another carry into the middle. Dummy there from the captain Luke Carter before popping the ball off there to Robin Hardwick, but it's recycled quickly by the hosts, and they are over the 22-metre line. So Chinnor looking to lay another attacking foundation through this multi-phase play as Stokes takes it into contact now. More again. Caldy's defence being made to work here as Tom Watson takes another big carry. It's just been forced back over the 22-metre line, so the Caldy defence holding firm here, but they'll be keen to potentially force a turnover as soon as they can. And the attempt to kick in behind there from Joe Brock. Will the ball doesn't quite sit up for them, so it's cleaned up at the back by Kilcourse there. And so Caldy just able to cut things out on the edge of their own line. And a good take out of defence there. From the hosts, but the ball still at the back of this ruck as Wilkinson prepares to get rid of it and sends the ball high. Will he find touch? He does. And so a good exit play there from the hosts, but a timely piece of defensive intervention there with Chinnor building plenty of phases in the attack there. Yeah, so as we've seen, the Caldy defence already been tested on plenty of occasions, and after that early try for the visitors, but so far is holding firm with some relentless Chinnor attack that must have gone into over a dozen phases there, and so it's at least a good sign that Caldy have been able to weather the storm from that early try. But once again they'll have to face another line out here, so more with another chance to potentially lay an attacking platform for the visitors here. So Moore's throw is taken by Jamie Campbell once again, and now looking to potentially spark a Moore forward here. The ball is twisting around, but Moore has it at the back, but he's been enveloped into the Moore now. He's still with it as they trudge just over the 22. Still moving towards the line. Caldy been able to bring the ball to forehand side. Unable to use the ball there, Chinnor. So the ball will come back out for Caldy to potentially lay a attacking platform of their own.
There was absolutely no sun today.
So ball back on Caldy's side, and so that's another positive aspect of the defensive by being able to close down the Chinnor Moore, which has been really dangerous this season. Yeah, definitely, and obviously Chinnor's maul, I should say, has been one of the dominant aspects of the match and in the entire champ rugby this season. They won 9 mauls alone in round 7 in their win over London Scottish and secured a penalty try as well. So as the scrum packs down and is fed by Ollie Wynn and comes out again, and now Chinnor's defence needing to wrap around and get to grips with Connor Wilkinson there. A good first set out of the back for Caldy. Just driven back over the 22, and so but it looks like we will be setting now for a clearing kick from Wilkinson. Will he look for touch again? He does, and he finds it. So again, another exit play there from the hosts. Is there a potential danger of this just allowing Chinnor too many chances to get them all rolling at line-out time?
Yeah, cool. I'll do it now. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, certainly Chinnor not had to do any defending in their own half since that breakaway try from Ollie Wynn that levelled the scores, as the line-out is taken cleanly again by Jamie Campbell, a try scorer in the win at Doncaster Knights a few weeks ago in round 6. So Chinnor firmly back onto the attack here with more into the loose, the hooker, and the ball out the back again. Carter, the replacement, number 22 Toby Cousins is on, so we'll just double check who he has replaced in the side with Warboy still on. So it's an extra playmaking option for visitors. Grant Hughes is the man who's come off as Chinnor breaking through the middle again. That's Carter running from scrum half. Can he be wrapped up? He is. It was Warboys in fact, so the fly half looking to make a potential cut out there, and a yellow card coming. So Chinnor quickly looking to recycle the ball there, but it was just cut out by a Caldy player. So that is going to be a big loss. So the fly half, Kieran Wilkinson. It wasn't even. It's almost like he wasn't attempting to even like try and catch the ball there. Not as in. Yeah.
Yeah.
He almost looks as if he was shaping for a tackle, but it's just the ball that hit him rather than the player. Yes. Certainly isn't. So Caldy up against it now with a penalty to defend and only 14 men to do so with, as the Chinnor line out works again. We're straight into maul time. This could be trouble for Caldy's defence here as Chinnor bodies piling in, but they've managed to stop it just short of the line. As the pick and go is taken out, and again Caldy stop him just short of the line there. And again, you can't imagine this ball's going to be shipped out wide anytime soon as the Caldy forwards look to make up for this numerical disadvantage. With Chinnor still piling on the pressure here, the ball taking an age to come out the back of that ruck, but it's this one, and the try is there again. So Chinnor get their second try of the match, and it's a similar one to their first, crashing over from close range after some sustained pressure on the Caldy line. And it looks as if it's Harry Dugmore, potentially the blindside flanker, who has crashed over, but we will get that confirmed. And so yeah, another setback particularly with a player in the bin, so Caldy really up against it now on the scoreboard. So Caldy down to 14 and now down by 12 points to 7 on the scoreboard as the number 10 George Warboys prepares to take this conversion to open up a 7-point advantage, and he does so, just creeping the ball there inside the far post. And so it's 14 points to 7 as we approach the halfway point of this first half here at Payton Field. The informed Chinnor coming into this match off the back of 3 straight victories, including some impressive away wins at Doncaster, and also beating Ampthill and London Scottish. Whereas Caldy, as we mentioned pre-game, 3 defeats in a row coming into this one. So if there's any time for the hosts to bounce back, it's got to be now. And so there's a potential reprieve here. Matt Kilcourse's kickoff is spilled by Chinnor just inside their own 22, and so a golden opportunity now for Caldy to post some points and as they have already done in this half, hit straight back.
Well, at least the people here should be getting.
So no Kieran Wilkins to steer this Caldy team around the park for the next few minutes, but they do have a scrum on the edge of the 22, and there's plenty of playmaking options. Where do you expect this ball to come out with? You can see Kilcourse has moved into the 10 there, into the 10 row.
Yeah. Cool. So comms aren't going to be able to hear you because I haven't been able to shout down to them.
Do you imagine a bit close to the line? JJ Dickinson will fancy maybe a bit of a take out the back of the scrum, get a try on his 350th.
So I'm kind of.
But the scrum hits the deck fairly quickly there, and so I think potentially an early shove from the visitors, and so it still will be Caldy's ball. So a penalty given, or potentially penalty given, and Kilcourse elects to go for the corner. So now a chance for Caldy to put their own driving maul on. So there's 57 scrum wins prior to kick-off for Caldy this season. So a scrum certainly one of the most dominant parts of this side's arsenal. And so do you reckon the maul's coming on here? Looks to be doing just that. But Chinnor still holding firm for now as the initial maul breaks up into a second, and the ball still creeping towards the advantage line with penalty advantage and a try for Caldy. So once again, they hit straight back, and it is one of the Championship's most prolific men this season, Ollie Hearn, darting over from close range with his 8th try of the season in only 8 matches. That's again a perfect response from the hosts. No team in Champ Rugby this season has seen more front rowers score their tries. That's the 10th of the season in terms of front row tries for Caldy, and the 8th scored by Hearn. So again, an instant response after the setback and going down to 14 men as mentioned. So with Wilkinson off, it will be Matt Kilcourse to try and level things up here. So it's Kilcourse who will be shaping up to kick as the chaser attempts to. So the scoreboards are locked up level. Oh no, he's just pulled the kick. Oh no, the scoreboard is level. I do apologise. The scoreboard's level at 14 also. A free scoring game so far with 2 tries apiece, and it's too close to call at the moment, isn't it?
I can't hear you, sorry.
So the kickoff is taken right over on that far touchline.
I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best I can.
So there is
Trying to. No worries.
a few carries inside there, and the ball then taken inside with the clearing kick there from Wynn. And so that will find touch, and so again Caldy unable to quite at the distance they want on that clearing kick, but still with the chance to put up, potentially force an error and put up some defensive pressure here. So another throw opportunity here for Chinnor as Moore's line out is taken cleanly once again, and the ball quickly coming out the back, and that was the replacement outside back, Toby Cousins, with a big carry there. And so Chinnor firmly onto the attack as Stokes brings the ball into contact, but he's stopped there defensively now. Brock Schmidt round the back now. And that's to Joe Brock taking the ball into contact, and so the referee signalling something there, but Chinnor continuing to play as it is. As out the back it goes, the ball goes again. Goss wrapping around the outside. Hanks now looking to find a hole, but the ball is spilled out there, so a potential knock on. The referee said it's gone backwards, so Chinnor continue to press forward in the attack, and now with potential penalty advantage here, the visitors. So the attempt to kick him behind by Carter, just the bounce just evades the chase of Cousins there, and so we will come back for a penalty. I think there was an infringement on the floor there, but do you imagine the visitors maybe go for 3 points here?
Sure, yeah. Hawkeye have come over to...
The referee has signalled that they will be going for the corner, as you just said, Adam, so it will be another chance for Chinnor to show their maul skills here.
Well,
as the wide kick from Warboys finds touch, and the visitors have a chance to potentially register try number 3 here. One of the lowest try scorers in Champ Rugby so far this season, Chinnor. They've only managed 1 try bonus point so far in their 7 matches, despite an impressive run of form coming into this match. So it's no surprise to see them taking a different approach as they look to capitalise on the poor run of form that we mentioned for Caldy. But the Caldy defence able to potentially, but they're not quite, as Chinnor cross again. So the driving maul working a treat there for the visitors. Not quite sure who has crossed, but it is another try. So the 3rd try of the match, as said, as mentioned, Chinnor previously winning games, but not quite piling on the points they could do, but they're already showing their full potential, particularly at the driving maul in this match. So it's 19 points to 14 as Chinnor register their 3rd try, and that'll be a disappointing one for Caldy so soon after scoring themselves. Certainly will, and so Warboy's looking to add the extras from the touchline, and he does. So both sides 100% off the boot so far, as Chinnor's lead is extended to 21 points to 14 with just under 13 minutes left to go in this first half here at Payton Field, and the impetus is ever more important for Caldy now, as a 3rd time having to fight back from 7 points down. Back he is on, and so Wilkinson's kick is allowed to bounce, and it will bounce over the touchline, so it's allowed to head out, and so the Chinnor players leaving that one, and so as they get a chance to throw their first real line-out opportunity from inside their own half here. But so that's...
So I think I've got a solution for the life here. I think I've got one.
Yeah, the Caldy defence will really be looking to number up here and potentially force an error, or at least force a rushed clearing kick. Cleanly taken by Campbell again. The ball is quickly out the back and almost through the gain line there on the inside, but just chopped down. So it's Chinnor still inside their own 22 here and shaping a lengthy ruck there, and the box kick clearance from Luke Carter is hit high into the sky. Will this sit up in the field of play? It doesn't. OBN just unable to get there, and so it will be a first real chance of the match for Caldy to throw in the line out in an attacking phase here. So out the back the ball comes there, and so that's taken in by Callum Ridgway on the first play off the successfully taken line out, and so Caldy looking to ship the ball wide. Calls for a potential forward pass there, but play continues. Chinnor doing their best to disrupt the ruck here, but Wynn will get it out the back, and so the ball is shipped wide. Wilkinson, but the ball is just unable to be taken cleanly there by. So it was Connor Wilkinson through to Kieran Wilkinson, but Michael Barlow just unable to wrap up the ball there. So that's an opportunity blown with a good attacking shape on the outside. Caldy unable to capitalise there, having gained the first real chance to make something of a set piece in the Chinnor half. But so we'll be back for the visitors to feed this scrum almost exactly on the halfway line. So with attacking and defensive lineups set both ways, it will be the chance for Chinnor to potentially make some good field position and potentially open up an even greater lead than 7 points. They've already had some success with the kicks in behind so far, so that is it will be a potential strategy. And you imagine, given we've mentioned already how big fans of the maul both of these teams are, so it is going to be very much a case of when looking for touch when they can, and yeah. So Carter, the Chinnor captain, to feed this scrum. The first one hitting the deck before the ball was fed in, but this one looks like it's going to hold firm and does. So Gabe Mann will take it out the back, feed it onto Carter. Now the switch of play back from right to left. Warboys now. Wide ball from Brock to Goss. Goss is trapped just short of the 22. He manages to stay in the field of play. And the ball coming back across, so Chinnor firmly in the attacking positions here, and the ball, there's the hooker Moore looking to take the ball into contact, but again they ship the ball back to the left. Warboys taking the ball to the line, a big carry through the centre there from the inside centre, and that's a fantastic fourth try. Bonus point secured within 32 minutes of this match, and Thomas Watson hit that line like an absolute freight train straight into the 22 and over the try line. A fantastic fourth try, and Caldy really up against it now, Adam. Watson's threatened to do that almost every single time he's touched the ball. He's been a really aggressive carrier as a number 12, a playmaking option also on the crash ball. But couldn't have timed that run any better off the wide pass from Warboys there, and managed to break through at least 2 tackles on his way to the line. So Warboys bonus point secured already for Chinnor. As we mentioned pre-match, they've only won 1 try bonus point previously, despite being a good run of form, and so they really are on an upswing in Champ Rugby this season, the Oxfordshire side. As Warboys, a first missed conversion for the Chinnor number 10, so unable to add the extras, but still Chinnor with just under 7 minutes to go left in this half have a 12-point lead, 26 points to 14. Caldy really need a response now, don't they, Adam? So it will be Wilkinson to get the match back underway for Caldy with a high kick, which is taken well by the hosts, by the visitors, I'd say, and so a chance for another high box kick from Carter, which is taken by Kilcourse, and he's wrapped up on halfway. So Caldy with a chance to potentially spark another attacking set of their own. Calls for a high tackle from the home players, but nothing given as yet by the referee. So Chinnor's defence able to keep Caldy at bay so far in this latest phase of the match, as Wynn sends a box kick of his own up, and will it be taken on the full? It's not. It's spilled by the visitors, and he's back into the hands of Caldy. It's a good step there from the big second row. I think that was potentially the debutant Patrick Horgan. So as Wilkinson stabs a kick in behind, will it sit up on the line? It does. So Carter with work to do here, and he just about gets out off his own line. So the Caldy made to defend again, but they're only inches out from the Chinnor line, and so work to do for both sides if Chinnor want to make an exit play here. They're already setting for one, but it's up to Caldy now to potentially force an error. And so Carter, the kick is charged down but comes back down to Gade Mann, so a fortunate take there from the Chinnor number 8, and so the ball still with the visitors as they look to get out of trouble here. So Carter at the base of this ruck, and again he's going to look to send a box kick high. He does, sends it out the field of play, so some good defensive pressure from Caldy there to force the kick wide.
Yeah, I think it's I think that there's a good opportunity for Caldy to get points on the board here just before half time. Attacking set here, probably look to get them all and then push the ball wide.
So yeah, as we mentioned, there's a opportunity for Caldy to potentially finish the half on a high. Just over 4 minutes remaining of the first half here at Payton Field. But the referee giving the Chinnor forward pack a bit of a talking to here as we prepare for this latest line out, which will be thrown in by Ollie Hearn, already a try scorer for the home side in this match, getting his 8th of the season. And so as the clock ticks towards half time here, the onus is on Caldy to try and respond with, I think that might be JJ Dickinson, who is down receiving some treatment, however, so that's going to be a real blow for the home side if he's unable to carry on.
Yeah, obviously down at the minutes. JJ, he always gets back up again, so it'd be a shame to see this be the end of his 350th appearance, but I doubt it will be, because I've seen him get up some big collisions, so I'm sure he'll be back up again.
Yeah, you don't make it to 350 matches without you don't make it to 350 matches, particularly at this level with how thick and fast the matches come, and obviously as we're probably about to find out about half time how bad the weather can be on occasion, so it will be. It looks as if Dickinson potentially is heading back into the pack. Of course he is, so yes, it looks as if Dickinson will carry on here, and so prepping for this line out, which will be getting underway as we're fair to restart the clock, and so it will be short throw from Caldy, and so the referee gives it the okay. So Caldy straight onto the attack here, big carry there from Dano in the open side flanker, comes back wide. Wilkinson out the back there, and back on the inside now to Pat Hogg, and another big carry from the host there, so looking to slowly build the pressure they need to exert. And a wide kick now, will it be taken cleanly? It's almost taken there by Reece Tudor, just unable to bring the ball down clean there, but it wasn't. It was also spilled by Kieran Goss, so a chance for the host to come back and get I think penalty advantage was already being shown there, so yeah, potential chance for the host to restart. But a nice idea there from Wilkinson, looking to link up with Tudor.
Yeah, obviously that crossfield kick, Tudor's dangerous in the air, he's got lethal speed on him as well, but yeah, with the penalty advantage, obviously going to the corner here, hopefully get points to the board for half time.
Yeah, Caldy getting there, another chance for them all to get rolling. We've already seen them cross once. One of their 2 tries, the second for Ollie Hearn came off the back of a maul, so it's a good chance, and the ball is taken cleanly there by the debutant Patrick Hogg. Chinnor's defence just slowing the momentum of the Caldy maul there, but it's still moving for the men in black, red and white. And now Wynn out the back. So Barlow onto Connor Wilkinson, and just poking his head through the line there, but a chance to recycle quickly as Wynn goes to Obiene, but the ball is just spilled. And so knock on call, but no advantage there. And so we'll come back for a scrum. The referee calling a halt to the game briefly. But I think we're going to come back for so we're going to come back for another scrum, so must have been a first knock on there from the visitors. So again, another chance for this Caldy pack to put the pressure on and register some points, but with time ticking out in this half, it is vital that Caldy cross now if they want to have a realistic chance of starting the second half on top.
Yeah, definitely. I think we'll definitely be looking to get over here, going in, shortening that points gap to hopefully 5 points. Will definitely give us the win we need in the second half to come out here and sort of have a good go at putting the game away. But yeah, big moment here for Caldy.
So Wynn preparing to feed the scrum here now. We'll be hoping this scrum does hold as we're into the final 2 minutes of the first half here at Payton Field, and so it is very important for both of these sides to be squeaky clean at scrum time. But the shove from Chinnor not quite enough to turn possession over there, and so Caldy straight onto the attack from this scrum as Wilkinson going to the line, the fly half, but he's just wrapped up and loses a few yards. But the ball is moved wide still. Attempting a turnover there, Chinnor, but Caldy's still able to keep hold of the ball. It's a good driving run forward there. And so Wynn has it at the back again. Penalty advantage coming for the hosts, so another chance for them to potentially put a play on here, and they'll still have possession at the end of it. So there was, I think it was Barlow looking to step inside. Connor Wilkinson, in fact, is there. There's Dickinson again, back on his feet and back carrying into making the hard yards as Kieran Wilkinson, dummies, unable to quite squeeze through the line there, but Caldy building nicely here as Ridgway moves it on to Kilcourse there. Penalty advantage still with the hosts here as Patrick Hogg takes the ball into contact, just losing a bit of ground here. Caldy as they look to find a gap in this yellow and black wall of Chinnor defence. Wynn again has it at the back, shipping it on there to the tight head prop Nathan Rushton, and an attempt to chip over the top is not taken, and so we will come back for the Caldy penalty. The referee just calling time off there. Potential injury in back play, I think.
I know it won't be accurate, but roughly what happened.
But yeah, another nice idea from Caldy looking to make the penalty advantage count.
Yeah, obviously just a few phases there. Chinnor, good defence, putting us back a wee bit, so obviously looking to try something with that penalty advantage. That's a few penalties now in the 22, so I'm sure Captain JJ Dickinson will be in the refs here, possible any more, maybe looking for a yellow card for Chinnor.
Yeah, certainly in Chinnor's win over Doncaster, the half-time didn't come until about the 48th minute due to the amount of scrum penalties that went against Chinnor and went in the home side's favour before they eventually scored a try. So Chinnor do potentially have form for being potentially dragged over the disciplinary line, particularly at scrum time. So it's no surprise to see Caldy looking to exploit them with another pack down here.
Yeah, especially Caldy obviously have some strong experienced props in our change room, sort of Bushy and Monty there, big boys, a lot of experience. Yeah, they'll be looking to get the upper hand in the scrum here, probably maybe try to force another penalty for half time. So the scrum packs down and holds firm for Caldy. So Wynn looking to go, almost looks as if he could have got himself there, but he hands the ball on to Connor Wilkinson and he takes the ball into contact. So the ball still with Caldy here, as good defence there on Dan Owen driving the open side flanker back, but it's Caldy again looking to open Chinnor up down the middle here, but just no way through this defence for the visitors. Solid so far, but Wilkinson feeds it on now. Big contact. There's Dan Owen again looking to wrap around the outside and almost finding a gap. But Caldy still with the ball firmly in this Chinnor 22 as Dickinson hit hard, but still manages to make a bit of that yardage over the advantage line. And then the ball back to the try scorer, Ollie Hearn again. But Caldy looking to wrap around as Wilkinson again, a big fan of taking the ball to the line, but he's taken into contact again, and that'll leave the host without a playmaking option for this next play. But again the ball is taken in. There's Patrick Hogg again, the debutant, not afraid to get stuck in on his debut for the club. And there's Monty Weatherby again. So Caldy building nicely here as Wynn goes from left to right and back again, and then feeds the ball on to Martin Gerrard. So still the ball out the back from Hogg there. The ball goes to ground. Obiene picks it up. Can he exploit some space? And then the ball is knocked on. So Caldy's defence able to stand firm there. But then a penalty going against. Is that penalty, or that's the half-time whistle? In fact, calling it. It looks as if the referee was indicating for a penalty there, but in fact that is the half-time whistle that goes following that unfortunate knock-on from a Caldy perspective. So the half-time whistle goes with Chinnor
continuing their good form in Champ Rugby this season to take a 26 points to 14 lead into the break. 4-try bonus point already secured for the visitors, despite Caldy hitting back with 2 tries immediately after the first 2 scores from the visitors here. So as the halftime whistle sounds, Caldy's players still on the pitch, a bit of a team talk in the middle there. And so what do you reckon will be the message for the hosts as they look to recover from this 12-point deficit in the second half?
Yeah, obviously I think it was disappointing there not to come away with points, obviously putting a lot of pressure on Chinnor, but I think sort of JJ will just be saying there like that this game's here for the taking if we go for it. Obviously that even though we didn't score, I think we positive building phases there. I think bringing that in the second half, we can come out a bit of energy. We have a really strong bench today as well, so he'll be telling the boys to empty themselves and for the bench to come on.
So as we enter half-time here at Payton Field, it has been a try-fest so far. 4 tries to 2 in the favour of Chinnor, who lead Caldy by 26 points to 14 here on Clubber TV in round 8 of the Champ Rugby season. So remember, you can watch every single one of this season's 182 matches live and on demand on Clubber TV exclusively. You can get a full season pass for just $149.99, and you get a 20% discount with your club's discount code. As we run through the tries here in the first half, we'll be back with you in the second half. As again we mentioned, Caldy looking to recover a 12-point deficit here at Payton Field.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's still 6 lane. I'm assuming that's through the wireless, which I know that's not.
Yeah, probably not. I literally just picked it up. So you should see live view. I've seen that you've got remote control of that. Cool, sweet. Rec might pin, but just the new trumpet. Yeah, I can do, so I'm trying to put the early on. Okay, that works. I haven't been able to sort anything with comms yet. I think it would be like changing an XLR, but XLR down. Yes, yeah. Jonathan, you okay still using one mic for now? So I think it's obviously the input for co-comms as well, which means I'd have to drop down another one here. I don't know if that'll fix it or not. Have you? Yeah. Always. Yeah, mate. Yep, I'm just replugging some stuff.
Back to Payton Field as the second half of this round 8 match between Caldy and Chinnor prepares to get back underway. Chinnor first out in the second half, followed quickly by the home side, and it's the home side who have plenty of work to do in the second half, trailing 26 points to 14 after conceding 4 tries in the first half. So Chinnor securing their first half, a bonus point in the first half, and Caldy responding to the first 2 of those with 2 tries of their own. And so as we prepare to get the game back underway by the boot of Kieran Wilkinson, what do you expect that Matt Cairns will have said in the half-time break, Adam? So Wilkinson gets the match back underway for Caldy, and so Warboys, who will return serve straight away with a huge kick out over the sideline on that far touchline. So as we saw in the first half, when Caldy were forced into an early clearing kick and Chinnor were able to capitalise from the following line out, is that something you'd expect Caldy to do for you, to get the attacking line out straight away? Ollie Hearn to throw into the line out, and almost a chance on the flat on the crash ball there, but Dan Owen unable to keep hold of the ball, and so the potential for advantage comes to nothing there, and so an early chance goes begging for Caldy as Chinnor have the chance to pack down now for this scrum and get an attacking play of their own in the early stages of this second half. So an early opportunity goes amiss there for the hosts. So a chance for potentially for Caldy to redeem themselves at scrum time here. As we mentioned, Chinnor already having a 4-try bonus point in the bag, but that doesn't mean the win is secured. So again, the chance for Chinnor to feed into this scrum, which holds firm, and so Carter out the back. Warboys trying to kick in behind, looking to turn Caldy around, but Kilcourse has it back, and so the wide kick not quite as far as potentially Kilcourse was hoping for there, but an interesting operation on the off the back of the scrum there from Chinnor, having gained possession back up so quickly in the second half.
Yeah, I think they're just looking to put pressure on and pin Caldy back. I think Kelly will be disappointed with that kick there. He's got a big boot in his locker, and that one just wasn't one of his better ones. But yeah, disappointing there.
So the line out taken cleanly once again by Jamie Campbell. I don't think he dropped the ball at the line out yet, and so Gabe Mann straight off the back of that with big number 8 looking to carry. Both number 8s big fan favourites for both of these clubs, but so far it's Gabe Mann's side who have been able to take a pretty sizable advantage so far in this match on what is his opposite number's 350th appearance for Caldy, JJ Dickinson. But Chinnor still with possession here as Carter moves the ball on now to, I think that's on to Connor Brockschmidt. So Brockschmidt calling for it now alongside Campbell and feeding it on there to the hooker Chris Moore, but recycled quickly again. Warboys wide to Sam Hanks. Good hands from the outside centre there, but a turnover penalty coming for Caldy, so Hanks did well to take the ball into contact there, but just unable to release the ball quickly enough, and Caldy a good bit of breakdown play on the floor. We've not seen too many breakdown penalties, but is that something you expect Caldy to really try and take advantage of, given the scoreboard and the time is against them?
Yeah, I think there's some great tacklers in the team. That was Dano in there getting that turnover. It's definitely one of his strengths. Yeah, I think it's going to be big for us getting that opportunity to get down the pitch, put pressure on Chinnor. Definitely something to look at this half.
So Caldy with the opportunity, first real attacking opportunity of this half, as Ollie Hearn prepares to throw into the line out, and it's taken cleanly there by Dano, and the man who won the penalty, and so Wilkinson on a big hit there on Callum Ridgway, but he's able to spin out of the contact, and a bit of a juggle there from Michael Barlow, but penalty advantage coming, and he's able to retain it. So Caldy's still on the attack here, still with penalty advantage. The referee's arm is out, so Wynn going wide. Wilkinson tries to chip up at the top. Obiene is onto it, and Obiene, the bounce sits up perfectly for him. And so it is Caldy who will score first in the second half. A fantastic piece of adventurous play there from Kieran Wilkinson. Penalty advantage on his side, and boy, didn't he make it pay there, Adam.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what we needed there. Still the second half, sort of Kieran and Obi turning something out of nothing there. Obi just such a fast, explosive player, being able to get in the end of that ball. And yeah, that's a huge momentum shifter for Caldy here at the start of the second half.
Yeah, brilliant little chip over the top there from Kieran Wilkinson. Obiene coming in off his wing to capitalise and take advantage of the penalty advantage that was coming for Caldy. So they get first points on the board in the second half here at Payton Field, and so it'll be Wilkinson to convert the try, having set it up for Obiene, and so the score lines are narrowed now. So it's 26 points to 21. Chinnor still lead, and so this match with 5 minutes gone in this second half, so only a 5-point ball game now, and so Caldy well and truly back into this. Now the Caldy so far have been unable to capitalise when scoring tries. Now is the time that they really need to kick on and try and get at least the next score on the board.
Yeah, I think it'll be big, said it before, but this again, big next score here. It'll decide whether this becomes sort of a tight game or whether Chinnor can get away. But yeah, Caldy definitely will be looking to turn the screw now and try to work their way back down the pitch and get over again.
Caldy still with possession inside their own 22. It's Wynn who will look to send the ball high with the box kick and a big chase there. And the ball goes to ground. The referee says the ball went backwards. Caldy's players not the happiest with that decision, but the ball back with Chinnor just inside Caldy's half here. And so Brock Schmidt takes the ball into contact, and so Carter, potential chip over the top here. Not much distance, but he got the height he wanted. Obiene going up, but the ball goes backwards again. Refereeing coming to two small halves there, but it was Connor Wilkinson making the wrapping up Luke Carter there, and so another penalty going. Penalty this time at the breakdown goes Chinnor's way. That looked to be a bit of a 50-50 decision there, but it's come out on Chinnor's side, and so is that. But it's another chance for Caldy to potentially try and force an error here.
Yeah, I think Caldy were unlucky there. That sort of penalty could have gone either way, and it was putting on great pressure there. But yeah, Chinnor going to have a go here. I think it was good for Caldy to shut that down. Chinnor good in the counter attack, working off scraps. So definitely, it was good to see Caldy swarming that ball there when it went to ground.
So yes, Warboys finding touch at a decent area for Chinnor, just outside the Caldy 22. And so the chance for a line-out time. We've already seen how devastatingly effective Chinnor's maul can be. Caldy not really had as many chances other than that try for Ollie Hearn, who's one of the Championship's most prolific players so far this season, but it has been Chinnor who have been the more dominant at maul time as they make their next replacement of the second half. So it's Brock Schmidt off, and it's Jamie Carr who has come on to replace him, and so another carry from the fourth try scorer there, Thomas Watson. He's been a hugely effective carrier so far for Chinnor, and they have the ball still here as Mann ships it onto George Stokes there, and he almost gets himself through the game line, but there's a potential penalty coming here for a potential offside there, and so Chinnor again given the chance to reset, restart, and get another opportunity to make some damage on this Caldy defensive line as Warboys goes for touch again. So it will be another line out, and at just 5 minutes out you can see nothing other than a maul coming here, can you?
Yeah, Chinnor going to look to pile on the pressure, get one back on Caldy here. So yeah, big moment here in the second half, but hopefully Caldy can get a big stop.
So it will be more to throw it into the line out once more, and again Jamie Campbell going up for it and taking the ball cleanly there. He's been the most dominant line-out jumper by some distance in this match. And so Chinnor's more slowly making its way towards the line. Caldy unable to, a little bit breaking off there, but they're still motoring forward and going for the line, and the try is given. So a dart for the line there, and a scrum cap clad player, the scrum cap coming off, and I think it's Chris Moore getting his second try of the match. The Chinnor hooker crossing again, and so Chinnor registered their fifth try, able to hit back after that breakaway down the other end from Caldy, and so having looked so promising at the start of the second half, Caldy see their lead, see the advantage that Chinnor have extended to 10 point once again with a kick to come, and so Caldy right back where they started at the start of the second half.
Yeah, I think we'll be disappointed with that one. Obviously, that sort of came off the back of two penalties from Caldy, so we're sort of letting them get back in there. So yeah, I think sort of just keeping the play clean and sort of building upon that will be the goal for the next set.
So Warboys converts successfully, and so Chinnor back to a 12-point advantage as they took into the half-time break. So 10 minutes just gone in this second half, and it is Chinnor who lead 33 points to 21. A crucial final half hour here for Caldy as they look to snap this 3-match losing streak, but they're going to need at least 2 converted tries to turn this game around from here. As Wilkinson again gets the game back underway with a spiralling kick. I wouldn't want to catch that one, but it has been taken cleanly by the Chinnor back row, and he's still going there. I think that's Harry Dugmore with a brilliant first carry off the kick-off, but he stopped just inside his own 22-metre line there, but still rolling the ball forward, and a penalty coming for the hosts. I think that's for the hosts anyway, with another turnover on the floor. So again, Caldy, as we mentioned, looking to exploit any advantage they can, particularly at breakdown time.
Yeah, there's another big opportunity here for Caldy to go into the corner and hopefully get over, sort of bring that margin back down again. Wasn't sure if that was a breakdown penalty there, but as we spoke about earlier, definitely something Caldy will be going after in the second half. The sort of body's tired and the breakdown's going a bit slower.
The rain starting now as well. It's going to be crucial. There is going to be more mistakes now. It's just a fact of the game, particularly when it's played in these conditions. And so neither side can really afford to give an inch defensively, but it is Caldy's opportunity here to get the ball, and it's gathered cleanly at the line-out. The referee gives it the green light, and so here comes this Caldy maul. We've not seen much of it so far, but it's rolling forward at speed here. Can it break forward? And a try is given! The referee seeing that one of the Caldy players dropping to the floor and being able to ground that ball there. So once again, as we saw so often in the first half, Caldy able to hit straight back from the Chinnor try, and so they once again narrow the deficit to 33-26 with a kick to come. Once again, Adam, exactly the response Matt Cairns would have wanted.
Yeah, kicking the ball down there into the corner, so the Caldy corner, usually get the ball, the maul rumbling there. You saw it, really good setup, and then sort of the backs coming in, adding that extra weight, getting over. I think that was Ollie Ahern again, from possibly his second try. But yeah, I saw Ruben Logan coming on as well there, just adding an extra bit of lots of physicality, hopefully bring a bit more energy into the team.
Yeah, both sides starting to empty their benches now as Kieran Wilkinson lines up his fourth potential conversion of the match, and he nails this one. So 4 from 4 off the tee of Kieran Wilkinson. In fact, one of them wasn't off Wilkinson because it was Matt Kilcourse, of course, when Wilkinson had been simmed in the first half. But a 4-try bonus point secured for Caldy. It's just a matter of ensuring they end up on the winning side if they are to snap the 3-game losing streak, as we mentioned, coming into this match. Started the season so well, did the Wirral side with four straight wins. But having been paid back, now is the time in the last 27 minutes of this first half for Caldy to potentially turn things around. But Chinnor are not going to give them an inch here, as Warboys prepares for the kick-off after a quick word from the referee as the rain continues to sail down here at Payton Field. And so Warboys' kick is taken cleanly and Wilkinson returns serve, but it's taken cleanly by the fullback there, Joe Brock, and so Chinnor back into the opposition half straight away. So Chinnor still with possession here, and it looks as if Carter's going to go to the skies again with another box kick. So Caldy just about able to turn possession over there, but it's fairly scrappy, but the penalty is given Chinnor's way. Caldy just able to recycle the ball quickly enough there, and Chinnor do capitalise. So potentially a bit unfortunate on Caldy's side there, having done so well to recover the kick in pretty scrappy environment.
Yeah, I think that was a harsh penalty there. I think the ref gave that for hands on the ground there, going off his feet, the ruck. I think that's one, could have gone either way there. But yeah.
Yeah, so Caldy again back onto their own line once again, having just responded on the scoreboard. So it's 33 points to 28 as we enter the 55th minute of this match, so still with 25 left on the clock, so plenty of points can be posted by both teams here. They've already scored 9 tries between them in this match, so as Campbell takes again, but the penalty is given, and it's Caldy who get the penalty now. So Campbell, a first real black mark against his name at line-out time with the throw not straight, and so it is Chinnor who are penalised for the first real time at the set piece. Yeah, we've seen very few set piece penalties so far, and so this could be potentially be the welcome respite and relief that Caldy need to potentially get back up the end of the pitch and tie or potentially even lead this match.
Yeah, I think Caldy just caught them there, stepping off the maul. Chinnor blocking, not getting that ball back in the maul, but Caldy not engaging, so that's where the penalty came from there. But yeah, I think caught them on a surprise one.
So just a quick break in play as another Caldy player receives some treatment. And so we're almost ready to get back underway as both sides continue to bring new players on. So on for Chinnor. Alan Walker had a very busy last week. Kai Owen also on. Alan Walker 2 tries and a yellow card against London Scottish last week in a 22-20 win, so he'll be looking to make an impact off the bench. As one of the Caldy players continuing to receive treatment ahead of this line-out throw-in. And so the throw is stolen by Jamie Campbell, so he makes up for that earlier error and attempt to kick. Is this going to find touch? But it's one back on the Caldy side, but just unable. The kick there from what I heard, just unable to stay in the field of play, and so we will come back for the scrum, but it will be Caldy feed, so disappointing to lose the line out there, but there's another chance for Caldy to assert a bit of dominance here at scrum time, but the scrums have held very, very firmly given the conditions.
Yeah, obviously the rain coming on a bit soft on their foot, but yeah, the scrum has been going quite well as a solid base. I think Caldy will look to launch off this and build into an attack.
So new scrum half on as well for the home side. So new scrum half on as well for... Yeah, so Luke Akehurst is on. And so he's the scrum holding for a big shove there from Chinnor, so Caldy needing to recycle the ball quickly, but the penalty is given. So Chinnor just going a bit too early at the scrum there, and so the penalty goes Caldy's way and a chance for them to move even further down the field as Wilkinson looks to find touch and does, and that's a fantastic kick to the corner. And so a brilliant opportunity now for Chinnor to post some points.
Yeah, I think that was just the penalty there in the scrum. Spalston coming on fresh prop, sort of just too much pressure for the Chinnor. The scrum sort of wheeling there, giving an advantage to Caldy. It was a great kick from Kieran Wilkinson as well. That's exactly the type of kick we're looking for, as a tight 5 forward. Put us in a position where we can go down there and set them all and go for the line.
So another attempted steal at line out time there from the visitors, but it's Caldy who are able to secure the ball, and the maul slowed just up there, but Akehurst has it at the back. Moves it on now, Wilkinson taking the ball into contact again, but Caldy able to recycle it fairly quickly on the ground, with options left and right as Akehurst looks to find an option. And the ball out the back now. Shipping it on again, Wilkinson involved again there around the back of the play. So with the ball moving wide again, still with Caldy. Wilkinson calling the shots in number 10, but the ball out the back again. We've seen that on a few occasions from the home side, just slowing the momentum down. And so a potential chance for a turnover here, and it is given the penalty. Holding on in the ruck is, I think that's the call from the referee, and so Chinnor able to once again put the defensive pressure on and turn the ball over. But again, we've seen that a few times when it's not been Wilkinson directing the team around the park. The ball has gone to ground far too often for Caldy to potentially build the momentum they need here.
Yeah, I think that just passes fine margins, just slightly behind Lewis Barker there. I think if the ball had gone, there was space out in the edge. The Chinnor defence came up and sort of came very narrow. OB was calling for it in this wing. I was thinking if the ball had gone, probably would have had an attack on the edge. But yeah, just unlucky that slight error there.
So another chance for Chinnor to potentially open up their advantage here, still with a 5-point lead as we go into the final. Still in the last 25 minutes here. But it's taken again by Campbell at line out time. As Chinnor continuing to roll the ball forward with this maul. And just a bit of a stumble off the floor there. Ball still with the visitors as they look to potentially post some more points here. Coming forward again, that's Kaio in the new loose head, who is on the pitch now for Chinnor, but the Caldy defence able to keep them at base so far with a pretty scrappy these last few rucks. But Caldy's defence still standing firm, with only a 5-point deficit in this match as we tick towards the back end of this second half. Big carry there with a potential and a try given. They're over again. Chinnor able to get themselves over again, just set after set, phase after phase, and once again the repeat sets and the repeat rolling forward again. Another drive over from close range with a try given. Oh no, it's not a try, it was a penalty given in fact. So the referee's arm went up. It looked a bit short to the line from our vantage point here, and so it's instead a penalty. Yeah, so Caldy able to withstand more repeat sets on their line, and so it is the turnover they need, and potentially the tide turning back in their favour with just a 5-point deficit to make up.
Yeah, I think that was the substitute 12 there, Lou Barker, getting over the ball. Just another thing that his locker is a man of many talents, Lou Barker is. But yeah, getting over the ball there, not his usual position, but definitely getting a penalty when Caldy needed it.
So Caldy with the chance to potentially get an exit from their own half here. Ball is up to 40-metre line, and so, but it is turned over on the floor cleanly, and so the ball's back with Chinnor. So kick in behind, box kick, taken high and taken well by Reece Tudor there. The referee calling a halt, I think, with a potential for a penalty or so a free kick given, I think, for a potential offside or something. But anyway, the ball is back with Caldy, and kick to the sideline. Not quite as much distance on this one as Wilkinson would have wanted there. And so it's the chance again for Chinnor to respond here. Chance for Chinnor to respond in back end of their own half. So the ball comes into contact again with a big carry there from the number 12, Michael. Caldy's players wanting penalty there, but instead the advantage goes the other way, and so Chinnor looking to ship the ball wide here. Kick over the top from Goss, taken cleanly by Callum Ridgway, but Caldy unable to get the call to go in their favour, and so we will come back for a Chinnor penalty, and with only a 5-point lead and potential to take it from 8 from this position. Do you anticipate a shot at goal here from the visitors?
Yeah, I think they're just motioning towards goal there. I think that's probably smart from them. Obviously I think Caldy have done well to hold them out here. Some good resets, had a lot of play in this sort of 22 to 10 metre line. So yeah, going for trying to build that lead.
Yeah, Chinnor a chance to open up an 8-point gap here, which would require more than a converted try from Caldy. Caldy have been unable to post back-to-back tries so far in this match, and so they're really going to be up against it now as we head into the final few minutes. And Waterboys' kick is good, so Waterboys extends his own. Warboys extends his own personal points tally to 13 as Chinnor take an 8-point lead in this round 8 champ rugby match here at Payton Field, and so Caldy an 8-point deficit to make up and time running out in order for them to do so, although there's still at least 20 minutes left on the clock here. So Caldy looking to post some defensive pressure here and a potential of getting the ball back, but the box kick there from the Chinnor scrum half is charged down, I should say, and so it's a chance for chance for some more defensive pressure to be posted here by the hosts as Alan Walker prepares to throw this line out in, and it's taken once again, this time by Brock Schmidt. And Chinnor looking to slowly march forward with the maul in their own half. And looking for potential short side play, but he's wrapped up there. I think that was potentially by Kieran Wilkinson there, and so he's putting defensive duties on the ball. Going wide there, OBNA charging in, the potential on the overlap here for Chinnor, coming out down the right hand side. And it's Cousins flying down that right flank. He's able to get the ball inside, and Warboys can he get? But he's brought out a fantastic tackle there from Michael Barlow. Brilliant covering defensive effort there, but Chinnor still looking to open up a space here. Campbell, Hanks moves it on, ball goes to ground. The referee says backwards. The ball still with Chinnor as they look to ship it wide. Taken into contact again. Caldy's defence holding firm. Another call for knock on from the home crowd, but the referee allows Chinnor to continue. Caldy's defence standing firm. That was a fantastic recovery on the defence there.
Yeah, that was a huge cover tackle by Lewis Barker again, being able to get back there, working hard. Probably try saving tackle there, keeping Caldy in it here. Just Chinnor looking to build phase in the 22 again. Caldy will need to put in a big defensive effort. That's Conor Wilkinson over the ball there with a turnover.
Fantastic defensive contribution there from the outside centre, turning it over in. The clearing kick doesn't get enough distance on it, and it's Cousins again who made the initial break down that right hand side. Caldy's defence able to keep Chinnor back on the outside of their own 22, but the visitors are back into it now and they're keeping on motoring forward. But this Caldy defence has really been stretching this match, but so far it is holding firm in this latest passage of play as they look to chase down this 36-8 to 28 deficit. As we're into the last 12 minutes almost of this match, so this second half really has flown by. But as things stand, it is Caldy still looking to turn this game around, but they're firmly up against it here. An attempt to drop goal there, and it's charged down there by an attempt to charge. It did look as if there was some contact on that ball there from on the charge down. Was that JJ Dickinson looking to charge? No, not quite. It was Martin Gerrard looking to charge down that attempt to drop goal there, but instead it is given as a knock on, so unable to get post the extra points needed with the drop goal. But Chinnor still looking to, as you see, still looking to press points on, but Caldy's defence holding firm now, and that's, you wouldn't have fancied Caldy's defence to come out of that with no points conceded. That after the break, the initial break from Cousins and the continued passages of play there.
Yeah, I think Caldy's scramble defence there was really good. Obviously, I've spoken about Chinnor are a very big counter-attacking team. It's one of their strong points, picking up scrappy balls and going the pitch with it. So I think Caldy worked really hard, did really well to get back there. Interesting going for the drop goal. Obviously, been watching a lot of the Six Nations for the last few weeks. But yeah, good effort from Martin Gerrard to get that charge down. But yeah, scrum the Chinnor here on the 5 metre line. So it's going to take a lot for Caldy again to keep them out.
So yeah, as you said, another scrum opportunity and another opportunity for Chinnor's forwards to potentially post some points, as we saw the latest try for the visitors came through more from close range again, and their maul has really fired. But so far, I'd say at scrum time it has been Caldy who have been better, so it's potentially the opportunity here for them to turn things around. But as you say, that they are really going to be up against it now. So Pascoe has it out of the back and runs around the back, but the referee's already called a halt to play there. So yeah, attention, an obstruction. So an obstruction given there. So turning the scrum at scrum time. I'm told by my co-commentator Adam McMee, who knows a lot more about scrummaging than I do. So reset now for the scrum. But yeah, as we said, Caldy's in the conditions, and given they have been without the ball for large chunks of this match, Caldy's scrum has held very, very well so far.
Yeah, it's definitely something we do a lot of work on in training. They're going to have a strong base we can launch off, and obviously in defence as well. Obviously, it's so close to our line here, you don't want to be doing anything stupid, giving away penalties. You just want to be sort of locking that down, not letting Chinnor sort of get a front foot ball in this. But yeah, another big scrum here.
And that scrum we were hoping would hold up. Bit of a commentator's curse there with the scrum being having to reset once again. But potentially, Chinnor will certainly be hoping it's third time looking for them anyway. But Caldy, as we said, looking to continue their strong scrummaging in this match. And they're going to need to, because another try potentially for Chinnor as we approach the final 10 minutes. You'd imagine another try could be curtains for Caldy's chance of winning this match.
Yeah, I'll see another try. Caldy looking to get another points on the board here, get within that sort of seven points. I think that losing bonus point if it came to that. But obviously the main focus here is getting the ball back, getting down the pitch, and hopefully getting over. But yeah, first job first. You just see Chinnor getting the penalty there. Penalty advantage, look to go wide.
So penalty advantage coming. Pascoe went for the dummy at scrum time, but unable to get the referee. Can't see. Has he seen the ball on the ground there? But no, he will come back for the initial scrum penalty. So yeah, the Pascoe almost able to jink his way through there, but we will come back for the scrum penalty as mentioned. So another chance here for Chinnor to potentially exert some dominance here at scrum time. And they have chosen to reset it once again, so no thought of going for the corner or to the off the post this time. There is another opportunity. So Caldy's defence, have we mentioned in this the last few minutes, the defence has really been tested. So if Chinnor do look to ship the ball out wide, the pressure's really going to be on for Caldy to either force an error or at least to just try and keep them out.
Yeah, I think you can see the intensity and sort of physicality of this game taking a toll. So the last couple of breaks, there's been people on the ground, sore bodies out there after these big collisions. But yeah.
Yeah, there's been plenty of big collisions in this match with both sides really looking to get that game line advantage, but so far it has been Chinnor who've been able to master that better as Warboys. Potential for an obstruction there, called by the home players, and it is given. So yeah, Warboys, who's like Wilkinson as we mentioned, both 10's been looking to take the ball to the line, but just a bit of a potential miscommunication there.
Yeah, I think Chinnor will be kicking themselves there. There's sort of a great opportunity there to maybe put the game away, and that's just a bit of an unforced error there, giving Caldy a chance. So yeah, they'll be disappointed with that.
Wilkinson's clearing kick off the penalty just to the edge of the 22, so still a fair distance for Caldy to go if they are to post points at the other end of this pitch. But as we said, Caldy a long throw over the top there, which is taken cleanly, and as they look to ship wide is this the opportunity for Caldy as they go wide once again? As OBN is, but the ball is just behind the back of his head and he's unable to recover it. So Caldy, you could see straight away what the intention was there, but just slightly overplaying, particularly when it's a slippery ball in these conditions too.
Yeah, obviously the rain came in at the start of that second half. The ball's probably greasy out there. Obviously Caldy looking, they got to do something here to try and get down that far end, looking to shift the ball wide to Obi. So the play probably was on, but yeah, just that greasy ball, just that extra second in the handling, and just allowed Chinnor to get across and cover it.
So it's Dan Owen on now for Sam Olliott, I should say, on for Callum Ridgway at number 6, but Chinnor almost able to pick the pockets there through Jamie Carr, but he was unable to find Pascoe on the offload, and so looking at a cheeky short side play that could have ended with a try, which really would have finished this match off, as we're into the last 6 minutes now here at Payton Field, and so the opportunity goes begging there for Chinnor, but again it is another opening now for Caldy to potentially get up the other end of the pitch, but that's been much easier said than done in this last few minutes. The last 15 or so minutes they've been really penned into their own half. Yeah,
Chinnor have done well to keep Caldy up here. Obviously the last set you can see Caldy trying to move to the edge to get down there. They're going to have to take a huge effort here to go the full length of the pitch, but yeah, I'll be interested to see what Caldy do. I'd probably think you would maybe try and kick and put pressure on Chinnor, but obviously you need to retain the ball to try and get down there. That's another free kick for Caldy there, I think was an early hit, and we'll try and move it wide here, see if we can get a bit of a break.
do this. That Obieni off Wilkinson once again. Obieni streaking forward. This is exactly what Adam wanted to see from the home side. That's a fantastic piece of play there. Once again, the numbers 10 and 11 for Caldy linking up. Ene's there again. Potentially will fall past there, but they're still with it here, Caldy. And that's exactly what this home crowd wanted to see, as Caldy looked to keep the pressure on here, shipping out the back now. Lost a bit of momentum there, but the ball's still with the home side if they can recycle it quickly. But a free play that was, and so we will come back for a potential penalty here. And it is a penalty and a yellow card given to. So I think that's Gabe Mann, the Chinnor's number 8, one of the key players, particularly in and around this ruck. And so it's going to be a very interesting last 5 or so minutes with Chinnor down to 14 men. And now really is the time for Caldy to try and capitalise after that fantastic breakdown field from Obieni.
Yeah, just what I was saying, and that was exactly what Caldy needed. Obviously, Ollie Wynn taking the quick tap, back, shipping it wide early, getting it through the hands, allowing Obi to make that break, and then obviously playing on top, obviously getting the penalty advantage. I wasn't exactly sure what that was for, but Caldy having to go with the ref bringing it back down, so we'll put it back into this corner here, hopefully barrel over and then to kick off and get straight back down again. But yeah, big set here, definitely looking to get over the line.
Yeah, we've seen both these sides. We've seen how much they love them more, but the ball slightly overthrown at the line out. It's just cleaned up there. So Caldy still with possession. But it has now been turned over, I think. No, it hasn't. Chinnor unable to force the turnover there, so the ball still with Caldy and with plenty of metres on their side now as they look to exploit over the line. And is the ball down? Referee hasn't given it yet. The home side are celebrating. But I think the referee's saying the ball has been held up. Yeah, so the try not quite given yet. And so we will come back, I think, for a scrum on the 5 metre line. The referee calling a quick halt to the match with, I think that's potentially a Caldy player down in the in-goal area. No, it's Chinnor player. It's Warboys actually just receiving some treatment. So not too sure who that player was who was held up over the line there, but it will be another chance for potentially for. Oh no! So yes, a goal line dropout, of course, for Chinnor. So Warboys, you'd imagine, will be looking to get plenty of distance on this one. Goes high, and it's taken by A. Takes it back in, so Caldy resetting on the edge of Chinnor's 22 here as Aircoast has it out the back, but the ball turned over on the ground, I think, and then the penalty goes Chinnor's way, so Caldy unable to capitalise once again, and that's just been one too many occasions where Caldy have built pressure and not been able to execute at it.
Yeah, once again, it's an unlucky penalty. I think maybe Sprawlson there losing his footing. There was also a Chinnor player rolling away. Yeah, it could have impacted that, but yeah, that's disappointing there because that was a great opportunity for us to hopefully get over the line here. Calder going to have to pull something out of the bag here, huge effort to get the ball back and get down.
Yeah, it's less than 3 minutes to go if Caldy are to turn this match around and avoid a 4th straight defeat in a row. They're still not within losing bonus point territory, having already both sides secured try bonus points, but it is now. Chinnor will be in no hurry to take this line out, this latest line out, with Alan Walker just having a bit of a chat to some of the home fans before he does. So Campbell to take again, and does take it cleanly again, so Walker has it at the back. Chinnor looking to keep this ball moving, referee telling him to do just that, but Caldy's defence has been able to hold it up, and so the penalty goes the other way. Chinnor just holding onto the ball for too long at the back there. A bit of afters there between Gerard and Walker, but it will be scrum down for Caldy on halfway, and of course Chinnor's scrum a man down following that yellow card from Man. So you imagine they'll slip one of the backs into the back of this scrum, and as Caldy looking to, the back line is set for Caldy. We're into the final 2 minutes here at Payton Field, and so this scrum really is the one that has to pay off and post points at the other end.
Yeah, I think Caldy here, obviously Chinnor being a man down, one less coming back off the back of the scrum. Obviously Caldy do a lot of work with Biz, your attack coach, so hopefully the backs have something in store here, make a dent, and then we just play on top of that. But yeah, need a solid base from the scrum here first of all to play off.
So Akehurst will feed the scrum. And it's out the back again. Wilkinson, a flat ball onto Barlow. So a penalty coming, not releasing on the ground from the visitors, and so another chance here for Caldy to narrow the deficit, and indications that Wilkinson will be going for the post here. He does, so a chance. We're into the last minute here, so this is going to have to be one of the quickest kicks off the tee that Wilkinson has managed so far this season, but it has been 100% off the boot so far, so we may be slightly ahead of time, but this is it's all or nothing now for Caldy.
He's taking that very quickly there. I don't think it has the legs. I think he might probably be able to take a bit more time there. I think going for 3 points was definitely the right decision. We would have been able to get a kick off and maybe go again to look to win the game. Obviously disappointing there to miss it, but with time for the 22 dropout, Caldy still have time.
Yeah, we saw they were unable to capitalise for the first time off the boot there from Wilkinson. So yeah, as you've mentioned, Adam, a bit of a rush kick there with potentially, obviously, of course, time really isn't on Caldy's side here, but he could have just potentially eked out a few more seconds there. But we're coming back now for the 22 dropout, so as you mentioned, and the last dropout, Caldy unable to capitalise, but now really is the time for them to do so. Sam Olliott taking the ball into contact, and he stopped just on halfway. It's a big collision there. The big collision's been flying in for the full 80 minutes here. So Wilkinson around the back, Connor Wilkinson now moves it on to, that's Reece Tudor down the blind side, and it's intercepted. And is that the full-time whistle from the referee? It is, and so that is the full-time whistle. So